am Sure Sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over your son.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
All right, greetings and good morning, is it? Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. I am Manningsman, and this is I Am Sure Sports. Welcome back to the channel. Been a while, and have some stuff that we're going to break down about the game in this very quick video. But first and foremost, listen, there's a couple of things. First, I want to say I miss you all. It has been a while since we have interacted, and I miss our daily 11 a.m. interaction. I know that Ohini, you call him Cataract, and Andre, my brethren from Trinidad and Tobago, has been holding it down for me. And you know, we will have many of our other panelists joining you in the time that I am away. But I hope you're doing well. Again, we continue to look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Most High God who created the heavens and the earth. He will not suffer our foot to be moved. And he who keeps us, he never slumbers and he never sleeps. All right? Remember that, live that, believe that, and begin to practice that in your life. Listen, today is Friday. It is also Super Friday. And on Super Fridays, we ask all our faithful subscribers and viewers to do a couple of things to support the channel. Hit the like button, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Share the content with someone else. And here's what I need you to do today. We need this, right? We need this today. We need you to make sure that you give a super chat and a super sticker on our live video. Now, I'm going to give you some time before we get into our content. I'm going to give you some time to hit the like button, to like the video, share the content, and subscribe. So I'm going to play a word from our sponsor, Tricknick, and give you some time to do that.
Tricknick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Tricknick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. There you go. So I hope you did that now. So let me give you a view, a breakdown, a perspective from the sideline. I always say this, right? Maybe all of us are right. It's just different vantage points that we're looking at, all right? So maybe all of us are right. Maybe you're right and I'm right, but we're looking at things from a different vantage point. Now, from where I sat, watched, and looked at this game, First thing I must speak about the stadium that we played in. The stadium is actually, um, I mean, the surface is quality. It was watered, and so the underfoot condition took a little while for the players on both teams to adjust to, as they were slipping and sliding. And I mean, wonderful surface. It's actually, would you believe this? The surface, the stadium, the field is operated by a fourth tier team in a remote area, but beautifully laid out, covered all around with boxes and cameras and lighting and immaculate surfaces, dressing room. I mean, so many stuff. And I mean, this is what Europe is. It just goes to show how far we have to travel to get up to certain heights in the football, because we're still a way off when we look about the top nations. And Austria, great place, but it's definitely not one of the top footballing nations. And this, if this is what their four-tier teams playing, can you imagine? I mean, how good they are in terms of preparing young talent and having quality surfaces to play on and a good environment. And so I must speak to that so we can understand the context of our football and where we need to progress to as a footballing nation. I mean, this is probably, to me, the facility look even a whole lot better than what we have at the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence, and that is probably our quote unquote most prestigious state operated own kind of football facility. You may say Mount Pleasant or Mobile United, but outside of that are Ballers in Kingston. But this is it. So that's what we're contending with as a footballing nation. But let's get into the game. I thought it was a balanced game. I thought Qatar had the better of the first half, and rightly so. They scored two, which I think could have been avoided. I mean, I think there were several overloads on their left, which is our right, which led, is actually where both goals came from. Um, and it is just taking what you learn and putting it into play, and so they were consistently doing. And one of the things, if from where I sat, they did the same thing, attacked the same place, attacked down the same way, over and over and over again, and it led to goals. And one thing I know with football is that when they are taught something by a coach and then they apply it and it works, they want to do it again. And so over and over, they had overloads going down their left until they actually got the goal. Like I said, I think it could have been dealt with better from a defensive standpoint. But that is just a game of football. I think though they had the better of the first half, and credit must be given to them because they were very tactical in their approach to the game. We did have an opportunity. I think there was a good combination play between Shamar and Dujan Whisper Richard. I think the keeper made a good save, but I think on the next day, Shamar Nicholson would have buried that. He also had a free kick that was, I mean, brilliantly saved by the goalkeeper in that first half. So, in all, the first half could have ended with Qatar probably getting a couple of chances more that they could have scored. So, you could have said it could have been 4-3, 4-2. But that's the nature of football. The nature of football is that you have to take your chances and you have to bury teams. But overall, I think on the balance of play, Qatar had the better of the first half. I think in terms of in the first half, Joel Latibodier played really well in the first half of this game. Amari Bell also did well. I think Adrian Mariappa, the captain, also did very well. You know, the elder statesman in the camp, he did well. So I think he did well. Shamar Nicholson did well. And I think we saw in bits and pieces the quality of Dujan Whisper Richards. We didn't have a lot of the ball. And he's the kind of player that for him to be effective, he needs to have a lot of the ball. It's kind of the similar mold as a Leon Bailey. We also saw Kaheem Paris. Now, Kaheem Paris is the kind of player that he has to be in a system and playing on a regular basis because he likes short, nippy, 1-2 passes, combination passes. And so a lot of times he was isolated and a lot of cutbacks and cutting in and passing back the ball and doing the right thing. So in all, I think the standout player, I would say, in the first half of that game was Joel Latibodier because he has played in right across the back line, but in this game he was deployed as a number 6 and did well because this is an area, and let me say this is just my humble opinion. I'm not an expert on football, and my opinion is that this is a position that we have been seeking to fill with a more defensive minded player, and I think he could, if he continues this kind of performance, he could solidify his role in the team in this position. So let's transition into the second half of the game. What did we see? All right, Corey Burke, he came off because, as you know, let me just say this as well. It's a friendly game, all right? So it is not a competitive match. No, remember the players of a tournament, and you can tell that players didn't want to be injured. Like they were very pensive or tentative in their approach to the game because I think in the back of their mind, naturally, they have the Gold Cup because they want to be there. They really believe they can win it and they don't want to pick up injuries. And so I think that may have played a role in them probably pulling out of the 50-50s and just stuff like that. So that must be taken into consideration. Now, Corey Burke was substituted at halftime, just out of, like I said, preserving and ensuring that all players are fit heading into the Gold Cup. But I think the adjustment sort of worked for Jamaica because Demario Phillips, who, as you know, has been active, probably one of the more active players because a lot of the players have been on a break for a week or two. He just trained with Mount Pleasant, though he didn't play in the final. And he came on and brought some energy to the game. And I think he changed the tempo, the pace of the game, and that allowed Latibodier to sit a little bit in the middle and Demario Phillips, I mean, just a live wire out there in the game. We also saw John Russell, who I think just needed to adjust, and I think he will adjust to the pace of the game and stuff. He was substituted along with King, and Deshaun Bernard came on to replace King, and Dexter Lembikiso, who started at right back, was replaced by Javian Brown. And here's what happened. No, the game was more open because Jamaica was chasing the game, because you're down to. I saw Deshaun Bernard, for example, hit a few diagonals, and I mean, excellent passes that he made. He won all his aerial duels, and so that gave us a little bit of solidity in the back because in the first half, a lot of those aerial passes into the center back area where Mariappa and King, that's Richard King, were playing, we were losing a lot of them. When Deshaun Bernard came on, we began winning some more of those balls played into the center back area, and he, not just Mariappa, was hitting those diagonals, and in fact it is where we actually were able to second ball create an opportunity when the ball was played back, and then Dujan got it. Dujan Whisper Richards, he kind of cut inside and played it across to Shamar Nicholson, who wisely, I mean, was being fouled outside of the box, but he managed to keep that ball. He went inside the box, and the player continued to hold it on to him, and rightly so. The referee gave a penalty, and he banged it home, and we're in the game. I thought we had one other opportunity there when Demario Phillips had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He got around the goalkeeper, but he wasn't able to bend it into the back of the net. And I think by that, you could see that the legs were getting a little weary, so Shamar wasn't able to follow through with the play and be able to tap it in. Kevin Lambert also came and he replaced Jonathan Russell in midfield. Bobby Reed, no, Daniel Johnson, sorry, my bad, Daniel Johnson. Listen, this is tremendous because Daniel Johnson came in, changed, got ready on the field, got some minutes out of his leg. Not a long flight, from the UK to Ukraine, but these are the kind of things. He also made a difference when he went out there. We had some good deliveries that were played inside the box in that second half that I think we never capitalized on. But all in all, I think the team did well enough. It is very disappointing to lose. This is my first time with them, and I was hoping for a win, right? But we are going to win. I am sure that we are going to get everything together. And with this crop of player, we are not afraid of no Brazil, no France, no Argentina. And we are going to beat Jordan. We are going to beat Jordan. People, I promise you that this team, in spite of all the adversity and the challenges, this team will, for the first time, bring back to the shores of Jamaica the Gold Cup. You may think I'm ridiculous, and that's fine. You may think I'm crazy, and that's fine. I believe this group of players that we have are competent and committed enough to bring home this Gold Cup. I am sure. Have some more stuff to share with you, but let me stop. Let me ask you this. Have you hit the like button yet? Have you given a super sticker or a super chat on Super Friday? Brain Drain, Jason, Demo, Dwight, Spence, yeah, Mark, Neil, Cranky, calling out all the names. Jason Guna, RDN, the girls them champion. Big up Sure Improvement, BB Cross, Anita Bell. So, also in the semifinals of the Nations League, USA and Mexico, what a piece of game. USA won by 3-0. But it was a hell and powder box up in that place. 4 red cards, 2 for Mexico, 2 for the United States. Oh my word. The good thing is that these players will not be, the USA players, they are not a part of the USA Gold Cup squad. So it's not like they're going to have to miss any games in the Gold Cup. But I think the next time they're going to miss the finals, certainly. And yeah, they will miss the finals. So that's 2 players out, whether they play Canada or Panama. That is left to be seen. All right. And but the squad is still enthused, rearing and ready to go again. And we're looking forward to some good things. I believe that we will get know that the players, some of them playing for the first time together. And sometimes we have to look at that. This is Jonathan Russell's first start, and he's playing with Joel Latibodier, who is getting his first start. The most stable of all is the backline. Jamali with him goal. This is actually the first time Kaim Paris is starting in a long time in a game. Right, Dujan Whisper Richard. This is the first game he's played outside of Jamaica, like official Jamaica game. He played in the Trinidad game, but this is the first time. So there was a lot of first on the field. All right. So we have to also take that into consideration as we watch the game. But all in all, I think, given that Qatar was in the World Cup, and I know most of their players who played in the World Cup was not a part of the squad. I think they have a new coach, a very tactically astute coach, just like our coach Emir Hagrimson. But I thought it was a good game. It was a good watch. Lots of passing, long, short passes and stuff. I think it was a good watch, and I think it gives us hope. It gives us reason to believe. And like I said, I am confident that the next time you see me talking about a post-game event, it will be to declare that the Reggae Boys have won. You will have a smile on your face, and I will have one on mine. So remember, people, to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. It is Super Friday. So let's drop a super sticker and a super chat. All right. Listen, be encouraged. Indeed, I really do miss you. Have not been able to, but big up to the hosts who have been there. Again, Cataract and none other than the band they call Andre. You can join them at 11 a.m. for the live show, when you'll be able to join them on the stream to discuss the game, to go through it. Stay focused, right? Don't let the toxic thing pull you away from what is happening. Fix your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. Stay dedicated. Stay focused. Stay dedicated. All right. I am Manningsman. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, you know, when it gets to this point, we say, we are over and we are OUT out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.